OMG, holy moly, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, the universe keeps expanding, as you see in the Black Bunny hole, as we keep figuring ourselves out. We keep like, OMG.
Let the dogs out!
It's another thing. But who did let the dogs out? I think we're still wondering decades later, after the Baha men first queried. Who did? I don't know. Hey y'all, welcome to the Black Bunny hole. Sheba fucks around so you can find out. Oh, we gotta change the thingy because now it says Candy Girl still, but that's okay. Smash that subscribe button, much like Aaron Godland, our most recent new follower. I met Aaron several years ago when I was like, I wanted to get into improv. I read a lot about how improv is like a great skill to learn for like no matter what profession you're in or how your life is. I mean, like, I don't like where this like thing is. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. Yeah, anyway, so Baltimore Improv Group had this free improv class like once a week. And I went there, and who do I meet? Aaron Godland and Godland. Let me know if I'm saying your name wrong. Aaron Godland and his father, who I'm pretty sure is also named Aaron. And so it was like really awesome to see these black men. They both have these long ass dreads, like down past their butts, doing improv, discovering the power of comedy and communication together. Fucking beautiful. And since he's been like a really awesome supporter of me and Billy since we've been, just putting stuff out. So thank you, Aaron. Very much appreciated. Mwah. You're the best. Okay, with no further ado, let's get into our topic for today. Last week we did Candace Owens. And this week we're gonna not exactly go the opposite, but we are going to go with a, Candace Owens is very transphobic. And so we are going to go with a trans woman today. Introducing, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Introducing Laverne Cox. Let's go. Split screen, Sheba Small. We are looking up Miss Laverne Cox. Wow. Ooh, yes, child. Looking fine, looking fine. Oh, you guys can see that, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go back down to 200. Perfect. Okay, so Laverne Cox, born May 29th, 1972. I think that makes her, what's the one above millennials? I think you guys are Gen X, right. Makes her a Gen Xer, an American actress, and LGBT advocate. Okay, I'm going to highlight, that's the thing. She rose to prominence with her role as Sophia Bursett on the Netflix original Orange is the New Black. Have you guys seen that? I didn't see the last season of it or so because honestly it was getting too sad. I was getting too sad for my girls. I was just afraid the legal system, the criminal system is not a great place to be for anyone. So it was difficult, but I loved Sophia. I loved Laverne's character. She became the first transgender woman to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy in an acting category, and the first to be nominated for an Emmy Award since composer Angela Morley. Oh. In 2015, she freaking won as executive producer for Laverne Cox Presents The T Word, making her the first trans woman to win the award. In 2017, she became the first transgender person to play a series regular on U.S. broadcast TV as Cameron Rith on CBS's Doubt. Haven't seen Doubt, but I know that like for women and for black people and for trans people, for gender nonconforming people, there's like our society kind of teaches us to value the firsts and everything. And I would like to challenge us. She the first. She better not be the last. Okay. She's doing a lot to make sure that she's not the last in any of these categories. So let's all do our part and, be audacious. Sorry, I'm stretching. I'm wearing my bell hook shirt. It's black. There's lightning on it, and we're just going to be talking about famous feminists today, so it seemed fitting. Okay. Anyway, Cox appeared as a contestant on the first season of VH1's reality show I Want to Work with Diddy. Never watched that. Co-produced a VH1 makeover television show, Transform Me. Yeah. Oh, great. It shows a series of cisgender female contestants as she's given an internal and external makeover by a team of 3 trans women stylists. Oh, I love that. That's honestly kind of like RuPaul's Drag You, which was drag queens making over cis women with a drag persona, and one of my favorite iterations of like a RuPaul kind of thing. So anyway, love that for her. Love that for those cis women. Freaking jealous. Okay, honored by GLAAD for her advocacy for the transgender community. She became, in June 2014, the first transgender person to appear on the cover of Time magazine. Yes, bitch. Also the first transgender person to appear on Cosmopolitan magazine with the February 2018. Also, the first openly transgender person to have a wax figure of herself at Madame Tussauds, whatever. Very impressive. Love that for her. Let's see where she started. Where did she come from? Mobile, Alabama. Can you imagine? I gotta go to Mobile one day because, I know of several people who have like really blossomed coming from a place like Mobile, Alabama, which I just, in my mind, it's like, difficult to grow up in if you're not white or male or cisgender or Christian, or, you're just like willing to fit into those boxes. Anyway, raised by a single mother and grandmother within the AME Zion Church. What's that? It's like a historically African-American Christian denomination based in the U.S. Cool. It looks like it's based on like African Methodist, Episcopal maybe. So Episcopalian. Okay. Has an identical twin brother, M. Lamar, who portrayed pre-transitioning Sophia as Marcus in Orange is the New Black. I don't know if you saw that episode. Look at what an interesting person. So I always thought twins were really cool. When I was growing up, I like loved the idea of having a twin, like someone who could be like your best friend. And when you have to go into new situations, since we divide everything by like age kind of, just to have that person like always kind of with you. And that's awesome. But who knows? Maybe if I actually had a twin, I would be like, there can only be one. There can only be one Sheba. But anyway, so this is a detour onto, he goes by M. Lamar, was born Reginald Lamar Cox. Love that. He's an operatic countertenor and pianist whose work incorporates film sculpture, installation, and performance. Yeah, so it was really interesting to see. Let me show you. You see, well, chicken wing thing recipes. Okay, Sophia Marcus. Orange is the New Black. There we go. Look at this. Oh my God, look at how cute they are though. Oh, and how fun getting to act with your sibling. Love that. So, while Laverne was playing Sophia, they would go back and tell the story of how Sophia came to be in prison. And it touched on when she was pre-transition and her brother played it. How sweet. I love that. Oh, yes, Marcus. Yes, acting families. Okay, anyway, back to the star of this particular show. Oh no. Okay, sorry, everyone. Wikipedia. Laverne. No. Why would I be looking up Laverne and Shirley? Just kidding. Have you guys seen that show? I have not. Is that the one that's like, come and knock on our door? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Laverne Cox. Okay, so Mobile, Alabama, identical twin. Cox has stated that she attempted suicide. Sorry, trigger warning, suicide. Um, attempted suicide at the age of 11. 11! When she noticed that she had developed feelings for her male classmates and had been bullied for several years for not acting, quote, the way someone assigned male at birth was supposed to act. Now I could go into that more, but you know how someone assigned male at birth was supposed to act, is supposed to act, and it sucks. Y'all can't wear colors, you can't dance like this, you can't sing in certain ways, you have to have a deep voice, you have to be into sports, you know, you have to like women sexually and romantically. You can't think of women as your friends, as your girlfriends, you know. Okay, Billy says, no, that was Three's Company. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. Um, anyway, so yeah, anyway, bullied, attempted suicide. Thankfully for all of us, she didn't succeed. She's a graduate of Alabama School of Fine Arts in Birmingham, Alabama, where she studied creative writing before switching to dance. I always think if I'm going to have kids, I would want them to go to an art school. I feel like public school, no. Like, you know, I would have gotten eaten alive. And the world is already difficult enough. Let me put this kid in like a more, you know, not necessarily a private school, because I'm not saying go to Catholic school, even though it is cheaper than most private schools. I think art school is the way to go. Like, some of my best friends went to art school, and they're some of the most, like, I don't know, well-adjusted, kind of awesome people. I'm attracted to people like that. And so, I don't know, whatever they're doing at art schools, it's churning out some interesting folk. And I love that. And I think it really, like, maybe, you know, in the best of cases, it nurtures that creativity, the creative, generative spirit in all of us. Anyway, studied creative writing before switching to dance. I love that. Then she studied for 2 years at Indiana University, Bloomington, before transferring to Marymount Manhattan College in New York City, where she then switched from dancing, specifically classical ballet, to acting. Ah! During her first season on Orange is the New Black, she was still appearing at a restaurant on the Lower East Side as a drag queen, where she had initially applied to work as a waitress. Yo, I love all of that. It's so interesting. Such an interesting person. And we have a lot to learn from my girl. Okay, so this is her career. I kind of already went through it at the beginning. I Want to Work for Diddy, Transform Me, which I kind of want to watch that. Oh my God, that sounds so interesting. It made her the first African-American transgender person to produce and star in her own TV show. I would guess that the first transgender person to produce and star in her own TV show was Caitlyn Jenner, who, you know, if we had more time, we would go into like the, you know, pros and cons of this rich white woman being the face of, you know, the first in a lot of the transgender, gender non-conforming, you know, public sphere of knowledge. Like, that's where a lot of us were kind of first really, like, you know, we were aware now that transgender people exist and are not just, you know, deviants that we're supposed to hide away and like be afraid of. Okay, anyway, let's keep it moving. Orange is the New Black. Okay, this is I don't even want to go into, I'm not sorry, Katie Couric. Lots of interviews. She was on the cover of Time magazine. Yeah, just like freaking killing it in general. Love it. I can do that, right? Janet Mock, also a hottie, and powerful trans woman. Cool. Oh, wow, so many interesting people. Won a bunch of awards. She was one of 15 women chosen by guest editor Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, who's another black woman who I think I'm going to do an episode about her in 2 more Black Bunny holes. Sorry, that's a little too soon. Not yet, Meghan. Anyway, she was chosen to appear on the cover of British Vogue, which made her the first transgender woman to appear on the cover of British Vogue. Hell yes, bitch. She brought ACLU attorney Chase Strangio, who you should also follow them on Instagram. All these people you should follow on Instagram, I would say. Took Chase Strangio as her date to the 2019 Emmy Awards. Carried a custom rainbow clutch featuring the phrases October 8th, title 5677, and right? Ooh, y'all know I'm bad at math. I'm certainly bad at Roman math. Title 7 and Supreme Court. This action was in reference to the U.S. Supreme Court case RG and GR Harris Funeral Homes versus the EEOC, in which Strangio was one of the lawyers representing a trans woman who was fired from her job at a funeral home. Why? Why? If I had that Cardi B clip queued up, it would be her saying, "What was the reason? What was the reason?" Ooh. Anywho. Okay, love. Impact, noted by her LGBT peers and many others for being a trailblazer for the transgender community. Agreed. I also think just a leader in has made a huge impact in like feminism, humanism. We're all better because of her. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, all right. I wrote some great notes. I'm getting better at making notes beforehand. So let's go now. We went down the bunny hole for Wikipedia, which great Wikipedia, very, a lot of stuff, very interesting person. And even then, I want to know more. I want to know more about her on a personal level. She seems super interesting. So let's go to her IG. Not to say that this is, really tells us, it does tell us more. It's like her curated, what she wants to show of herself. And I love that. She's a fashion queen. She's a looks queen. She's with my dude who just won an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is another one you should watch. Excellent. And like trailblazing, and the message is just everything's made up. Okay? You can be anything. You can be anything you want. Look at this. Queen. Looks. Ooh, ethereal Blade Runner. Love that. I haven't seen Blade Runner. She's got herself a Barbie doll. Did I tell y'all that my one of the interesting things that my dad did, he collected comic books. He collected action figures and toys, records, and also Barbie dolls. So we have a playroom at our house. I know. I'm a queen. We have a playroom that is filled with a bunch of unopened Barbie dolls. So everyone get into Barbies so that collection will be worth a lot of money one day. We all know, we've been seeing this making the rounds. Jon Stewart going to bat because we have seen a lot of anti-trans legislation. I'm not impressed, cis people. I'm not impressed with us. That's not okay. Oh, also another cool thing that she did is her podcast. It's called The Laverne Cox Show. And I actually, I only found it because I was like, before the show, I was like, let me see if like she like has any songs out, any music that can like get me in the spirit. And I came across her podcast. So she's got this thing, oh God. Okay. Oh my God. Girl, come on, Sheebs. The Laverne Cox Show. Here we go. Okay. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's with iHeartRadio and Shondaland. Shonda Rhimes, who, she does Grey's Anatomy and all the other things, just like black women killing it. Hell yeah. So anyway, she's got a podcast that is through Shondaland Audio and iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio is like everywhere. Isn't that like XM radio, Sirius? Loving that for her. Anyway, y'all should watch it. You should particularly watch the episode with Alok. Me and Billy talk about kind of with regularity, like, cause they're just so dope. They're such interesting people, and like, they're really helping us. Okay, so let's go back to her Instagram. This was the Time magazine cover. Oh, cool. This cover changed my life in 2014. Oh, I love that. It made me believe that dreams can come true, that anything is possible, that if we try to live a life of service from love, empathy, and passion, the universe will align on God's time, not ours. Oof. I'm not a religious person, so I don't know about the it'll align on God's time. I do recognize that I'm a God and that my timing is perfect. So absolutely agree. And the universe does align when you have empathy and love and stuff. And I know times seem bleak right now. And it's like, girl, Sheba, what are you talking about? Yes, baddie. Like, ooh, hey, honey. Hey. I love this. Trans joy, black trans joy is revolutionary. And, all of the backlash to transgenderism has been really fucking embarrassing. Cis people, we should be embarrassed. Black cis people, we should be fucking embarrassed. It's not a good look, and it's gonna end up biting us in the butt. At the very least, I love me some Dylan Mulvaney, I want to say is her last name. She's on like day 367 of being a girl. She's got a thing. Oh, good. She's got a vision board too. Y'all love that. Love. She's also, so she's big on trans joy, being herself, being joyous, and on human rights in general, not just trans rights, on racial justice and gender justice and things. And I'm just like very impressed with her. Okay, where am I like saved things? I go home. No, I go to my profile. Hello, Sheba. No, saved. And then Sheba Sunday. I know. I'm an interesting person. What can I say? Okay, so this, if y'all remember the U.S. Open, the media was like, oh, is that Beyonce Knowles at the U.S. Open? Girl, that is none other than my girl, Laverne Cox. Not me getting mistaken for Beyonce at the U.S. Open tonight. I love that for her. Absolutely. Queens, black queens, killing it. Oh my God, look how cute I am. Okay, so let me go back to Sheba full screen. This is perfect. I'm doing really good on my timing. So what do I have next? Oh, okay, so I say trans is greater than cis because I think I'm in this like cisgender body and in this heteronormative relationship, and that gives me a lot of privilege. And I think I see a lot of, it's really sad, I see so many cis people, cis women being anti-trans. Like, oh, come on, what? Black people, we're really trying to do we can treat trans people equally, but separate them. Huh? We're doing separate but equal again? We didn't learn that doesn't work? What? Oh my God. Shade. Wow. Why the apps on your phone not organized like that though? Because I have you shut up. All right, you cis man. Billy, you cis man. Anyway, I love him so much. But it was very embarrassing that the first cis het dude that I meet on Tinder and take seriously, I marry. Ugh, like a basic bitch, but that's okay. Anywho, so I was listening to Laverne's podcast, the episode with Alok, and like lots of awesome things were said, but one of the things is there's a difference between being uncomfortable and being unsafe. And white people in the 50s and whatnot, they felt uncomfortable with the idea of black people in the same bathrooms as them, but they weren't unsafe. Similarly, cis women, we might feel uncomfortable with the idea of trans women in bathrooms, but we're not unsafe. And I hear kind of a lot sometimes very TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminists, I think, notion that like, oh, trans women are erasing safe spaces for women. And I would like to know, where are safe spaces for women? Is it the home? Is it the workplace? Is it the street? Is it politics? Where is it? Where is it? Because I personally, this is my experience, have never felt unsafe around trans women. A cis-het man, absolutely. I actually stopped doing jiu-jitsu. I didn't want to get more into it because I didn't want to have to go to the class where it was all dudes. Sorry, a room full of cis-het dudes, that's when I feel unsafe. So the idea that I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, trans women are the reason, no spaces for women, oh, they're erasing women. Huh? Come on. We're really listening to dudes on this? To cis-het dudes? The ones that don't want the best for us? The ones that want to dominate? We really think now they have our best interests at heart? They have our children's interests at heart? Come on! Like, it's just, come on. Okay. 527? Yeah. I think that's kind of, yeah. Okay, so, I want to do the lightning round in a couple minutes, but before that, I think cis people, I haven't made myself clear enough. I am pro-trans rights. I think they are getting it right. They're at least trying. I see a lot of cis people resting on the laurels of being like, well, we've always had this binary. And, I don't have to, anything that's different from that, you guys have to prove to me. You have to make me understand. You have to, prove it to me, trans people, why I shouldn't be afraid of you. Huh? We need to do that work, okay? We're making trans people do all the work, and they do. They come up with different words. They come up with new language. They come up with a history. They go back to, they understand biology more. They try to expand our understanding. And what are we doing? Just being like, no. You have to do it on our playing field. You have to use our language. You have to make us understand, and we'll be the judge of whether or not you've done a good enough job. Shut up, cis people. Sorry if that was weird on the microphone, but actually, you deserve it. This is like me spanking your little bottom. What are you doing? What are you doing? I make this analogy a lot. Maybe I haven't made it on camera, but it bears repeating. Have y'all seen Game of Thrones? If you recall, sorry, there might be some spoilers. There's that guy, Theon Greyjoy. He's like the redhead dude who's actually Lily Allen's brother. Anyway, Theon Greyjoy, he gets captured by that dude who's really crazy, who's married Sansa Stark eventually, I think. And so the crazy dude captures Theon. He like tortures him, cuts off his dick, keeps tempting him with like he'll be treated well, and then like, abuses him even more, gives him a new name, calls him Reek, really wants to oppress this person and crush this person and make them think that they are worthless and only exist at the behest of this sociopath. Okay, so Theon Greyjoy and Reek has a sister who is like badass and is the smart one and is the brave one and is like, oh shit, my brother's been captured. Let me go round up the crew and go save this man. They go. They find him in like the stables. He's in a cage and he sees his sister and she's like, oh my God, what have they done to you? And she breaks off the lock, opens the door and is like, come on, Theon, let's go. And he runs back. He's like, oh, no. He like tries to get in and he like pushes her away. He raises the alarm. He screams for the crazy guy. And he's like, yo, this bitch was trying to, trick you and get me out of here. And that's not me. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to stay. I'm a good boy. I'm a good Reek. And she's like, I don't even recognize you. That's how I kind of feel like cis people. That's kind of what we're doing right now. Our sisters are breaking our chains. They are opening the door and showing us the way to freedom. And we're running away. We're afraid. Come on. That's what, you don't think whoever's trying to oppress us is getting us to fear freedom, to fear personal autonomy, to fear our own power? And so they're, doing that by being like, you need to be afraid of trans people. They're showing you the way out. They're the bad ones. Everything is fixed There are two genders, and you have to fit into those. And if you don't, you're deviant and you're bad and you're trying to hurt the children. The children, the ones that all the cis people used to make be slaves and do child labor and be kind of little slaves of their parents who don't have a real right to personal autonomy, who are supposed to be just, you know, seen and not heard. Y'all. Anywho, let's get in the lightning round. Oh my God, Billy, he's killing it with these graphics. I can't believe how lucky I am. Okay, so you know the drill, lightning round. I go to this little thing that gets me a timer, and then I snaz, and then I just try to make as many loose associations on my subject's page as I can. I think it's kind of a metaphor for how everything's connected or something. So let me just connect the dots for you hoes. Ready, and start. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Taylor Swift. She was featured in apparently a Taylor Swift video. Oh my gosh, yes. She was born in Pennsylvania. Isn't that interesting? I always think of her being like a, you know, country star, living in Nashville or in the South. Pennsylvania is very north. Though, it's north of Maryland, but whenever I go into Pennsylvania, I'm like, this is the countryest northern state I've ever been in. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's see. Notable people. John Fetterman. You know, is he the governor? No, he's a senator, right. So he's a progressive, and I think he had a stroke, which is why sometimes his speech is different. He has different energy levels than we're used to when we're told this is what a politician has to be. Silly. Let's see, Albright College. Okay, so this might be not that be that interesting to everyone else, but I used to go to basketball camps a lot when I was young, and I went. I was in Maryland, so I went all over the Maryland, D.C., Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Albright College. Went to a couple of basketball camps there, and okay, let's go somewhere else. Kennedy Center, American Icon. What's psychobiology? It created one of the first. It's the application of principles of biology to the study of physiological, genetic, and developmental mechanisms of behaviors in humans and other animals. That sounds like it has to do with transgenderism. Sorry I keep using that, but it's just been in the news lately, and, you know, I'm going to reclaim it. Rene Descartes. Is that how I say it? Rene Descartes? I have a great joke about him. Okay, so, great. Thank you for making that quieter, Billy, because that used to be a really scary thing. Anyway, that is our lightning round. I am going to tell you this joke about Rene Descartes. Descartes. Anyway, okay, so Rene Descartes walks into a Burger King and is like, hey, I would like a Whopper with cheese, please. And the person behind the counter is like, would you like French fries with that? And Rene Descartes says, I think not, and disappears. That's funny because he is noted for saying, let's see if I can find it. Let me do a little Control F. I think, here we go. Ergo sum, I'll just say it in English. I think, therefore I am. Anyway, that's why that joke is funny. He says, I think not, therefore he isn't, so he disappears. That's a little philosophy joke for you hoes. Anywho, we've reached about the end of our time. I just want to circle back and let you know the lesson we should learn from this queen, Miss Laverne Cox. It is that this is something I heard from Alok and on Laverne's podcast. The idea of trans people being having a mastery of metamorphosis. We're all told that you know, the doctor sees your little vulva, the doctor sees your little pee-pee, and you're a man, you're a woman, you're a boy, you're a girl. And that's all there is. And we know that you have to act then like your gender. You have to dress like it. You have to go into certain lines of work. You have to relate to people in a certain way. And trans people are like, no, actually, we don't have to do that. Why? You know, is it harming us to do it the other way? Then let's just do it some other way, you know? Mastery of metamorphosis, taking something from nothing, reevaluating what our idea of family is, what our idea of the self is, what our idea of gender is, what our idea of justice and community and love looks like. You know, changing the way we relate to each other, to ourselves, you know? Anyway, this master of metamorphosis, mistress of metamorphosis, is someone that y'all should like get down with. We should really be learning. And if you're not, why? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of, baby? I think I'm gonna like end it also with like that intro thing. It'll be like, okay, we're going off into our next adventure. See ya on Sunday for Sheba Sunday, and see you on Monday for How Billy Sees It. Yeah. Thank you so much, Laverne Cox. You're amazing. I'm excited to learn more about you, to grow with you, and to, you know, tell the freaking universe about you. You're a powerful queen, and I love that for you. All right. Love you guys. See ya. Let's go on to the next planet or Pluton or Quartz. Still getting the language of the universe down, but anyway, love you. Bye. Oh, crap. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Where'd we go? Oh, dang. Did I lose it? No, we got it. Here we are. And goodbye. Ooh. Oh, yes, asteroid belt.